Hello everyone, and welcome to the Secrets to Climbing series. In this series I'll be sharing secrets which are rarely talked about, that abuse certain parts of the game and allow you to climb very easily as long as you're flexible. So in the first episode of this series I want to share with you that in the beginning, Havoc level 1 up to all the way to Havoc 30, what is most optimal to do in order to climb is actually to avoid squishy classes. Running team compositions like 2 Ogryns or an Ogryn and an Arbite and a Zealot and stuff like that will grant you much more success compared to running a traditional team comp with 1 Ogryn, a Zealot, a Veteran and a Psyker, or any other similar team composition where you have a DPS, a designated DPS that is squishy, like a Veteran, a Hive Scum, a Psyker and stuff like that. So the reason why this is because in the early levels of Havoc from 1 to 30 the mobs aren't that many and they are not that tanky. They don't have a lot of HP and there are not that many mobs as a whole. And because there are not many mobs as a whole, not many bosses, and bosses and normal mobs don't have as much HP as they would in Havoc 40, this allows you to essentially cheese the whole level, because you will be able to play a low damage class like the Ogryn, the Arbite, and to some extent the Zealot, but still perform excellently in terms of damage because the mobs are not that many and because the bosses and the elites and stuff don't have as much HP and durability as they would in Havoc 40. And it's much more beneficial for you to be running team compositions with 2 or 3 tanky classes as opposed to the classic version, because by running team compositions with multiple tanky classes, the chances of the run failing drastically lower. And that's because as long as you have members that are alive, not downed and just kicking and hitting things, you just have a much higher chance of surviving. And the whole thing with Darktide is that you should be bringing only the amount of damage that you need, and anything above the amount of damage that you need is unnecessary. So bringing a Veteran to a low Havoc level from 1 to 30 is fun, but it's not really necessary. An Ogryns with a pickaxe or even a bully club or a power maul can easily handle the damage output needed to kill most mobs. The only situations where you will actually need someone with higher damage is for the boss fights, and it's not because they have a lot of HP or that it's required. It's more because it's gonna be like slow and unfun and tedious to kill the boss very slowly. But for that purpose you can still bring an Ogryn. As you can see in this video, I'm running the Gunlugger Ogryn build that I've shared with you, and the other Ogryn is running some kind of build with the Bully Club and towns that I don't know about. And as you can see, bosses are dying super fast. We don't need any more boss damage. We don't need any more damage as a whole. Honestly, the thing that I found most tedious about this whole run was the trash mobs. If I could have, I don't know, like another Psyker with more wave clear or something, like just have another class with wave clear for the trashes, that would have been awesome. But in any case, yeah, the key to Darktide is bringing the amount of damage that is needed and not more than that. And that is true for team compositions, that is true for builds that you might want to experiment and create on your own. More damage than is needed is just gambling with the whole run, because when you go down, the whole run can go down because you went down, due to how Darktide's mechanics, spawn mechanics work. Like when one person goes down, the game instantly spawns more specialists like trappers and dogs and flamers that try to disable your team from picking you up. And so by having more tanky classes on the team, the chances of going down is much lower. And if the chances of going down are much lower, then the chances of 4 of you being alive and kicking and killing things and helping each other the whole time is much higher. And you are allowed to do this in the low Havocs because the mobs don't have that much HP and there are not that many mobs. So yeah, this is the first secret to climbing in Darktide Havoc. Of course, if you are actually really good, you won't really need these cheese secrets that I'm gonna be sharing in this series. You will be able to carry any team with any class. So if you want to test yourself, you can test yourself with that. But generally, you can definitely cheese the early levels by just bringing lots of tanky classes in your team composition. And again, you don't really need a designated boss killer. The boss fights are still going to be manageable because they don't have a lot of HP. Because it's low Havoc level, they're just going to take a little bit longer. And that's it. So yeah, enjoy this little secret. Start running these very tanky team compositions on the low Havoc levels from 1 to 30. And enjoy some really easy free wins.